Do you feel that permaculture is your calling, but you've been struggling to find your path and make a living? Are you searching for a livelihood that will enable you to take care of your family, your community, the earth, and yourself? And would you like to connect with other permaculture professionals who are passionate about working in permaculture and thriving? I'm Karin Olsen Ramanujan, and not only am I dedicating my life to helping women thrive in permaculture, but I know the struggle. I've been there. I'm hosting this webinar because I've been a permaculture educator for 10 years. I've co-founded a local permaculture institute. I started my own permaculture design business. I've taught in higher ed for over 7 years. I'm an expert in sustainability, and I live in an eco-village. And despite all that, despite all my opportunities, my hard work, and my privilege, my permaculture path has too often entailed too much work for too little money, recognition, and reward. You might have read The Pattern Language for Women in Permaculture. I wrote that article because I needed to talk to other women leaders in permaculture and see if I was the only one struggling. Well, I wasn't. The women I interviewed talked about things that make it hard to work professionally in permaculture. They also inspired me with their grit and elegant solutions. One key moment for me occurred when I interviewed Janine Carlson for the article. She used the word thrivelihood to describe educational models that provides programming for families, pays high-quality care providers a great income, and distributes the cost among all the participants in a course. It shifted my whole paradigm. It helped me realize that for all my work, I wasn't thriving. And because I was working so hard for so little energetic return, and the local permaculture programming didn't include children, and I was creating that programming, well, my family wasn't thriving. And the other thing I realized is that permaculture can be offered through many different models beyond the typical PDC or workshop. So another aha moment happened last year when I was out with a friend who was starting her own business, and we were talking about pricing our services. And she said, if you don't have a workable plan, a business model, then everything you end up doing is for free. And I realized right then and there that in order to thrive, I either had to learn how to be an entrepreneur or I had to get a day job. And that put me all in. I want to do the work I'm passionate about in the world, and I want you to be able to thrive in your permaculture passion too. Since then, I've invested time and money in learning how to be an entrepreneur in my own way, in a way that aligns with my permaculture ethics and my own beliefs. I've gotten key support from other women who are consciously creating their own regenerative entrepreneurial paths. And part of my thrivelihood model is giving myself permission to move beyond the typical permaculture career and do the work I love, which is supporting women with the skills we need to stand audaciously in our power. And by this, I don't mean the old school version of power, but an archetypically feminine version of leadership, which is about power with, and the ability to co-create our regenerative future. I'm defining for myself what a thrivelihood looks like. Instead of a business model, I want to create abundance models. So as ecological designers, we know that everything is connected. And in order for me to thrive, I need you to thrive. Do you want to co-create our regenerative future? If you do, I'd like to invite you again to attend my free upcoming webinar. In it, I'll cover, first of all, some of my new findings about what makes it hard for women to thrive in permaculture so that we can avoid burnout. And it'd be my honor to show you how to avoid burnout by standing in your value. And two, because you're part of the solution. The world needs the empowered feminine. Stepping into your power, discerning your purpose, and creating your thriving livelihood is key to all of us co-creating our regenerative future. If you're tired of struggling, I hope you'll join me for this webinar. At the end of it, I'm going to outline a new program I'm piloting in December. It's called Grow Your Permaculture Thrivelihood. It's a 6-month transformational program that'll jumpstart you on your professional path in permaculture. All you need to do is sign up on this page and I'll send you an email and you'll get access to the free webinar. And if you can't be on the live webinar, sign up anyway and I'll get you the recording.